Hi, welcome to Wash and Talk. Has been a while that I didn't do on this, and to be honest, I'm selling the Mini, but I gotta get clean so I can take pictures and post it. I was like, I haven't talked to you guys, and a bunch of you guys have been asking what's up with YouTube and so on and so forth. So this, if you're new here, once in a while does this. Like a lot of people do podcasts, I do the Wash and Talk. A lot of people also do the Wash and Talk, but I do, instead of doing podcasts, which I would love to do a podcast, but to be honest, right now, time is something really precious. So, which I'm gonna walk you guys through here in a little bit. But yes, the Mini Cooper is ready to go. There's only one thing I'm gonna do after I wash, which is getting rid of the LED lights, because this car is a 2013, has 113,000 miles. I'm gonna talk to you guys why I got this and why I'm selling and so on and so forth. As you can see, the truck is here. It's also for sale, but this one I'm not in a rush, so I really wanted that number, and that number it is. If you want to reach out to Matt at hardworkfast.com, we can talk about it. I have some room, but not really, because the truck is mint, like super brand new, like has 70,000 miles on it. I didn't do anything, only small upgrades like the tow mirror, the bed rug, the bed extender, the new running boards, which are way better than the stock ones. But yeah, so far that's what's going on. But let's wash the car and then we're gonna talk, right? All right, today we're gonna test something new. Also, thank you very much. The pressure washer setup video, it's crazy. We got more than 15,000 views, which for my YouTube is not normal. But I think this setup though, it's so good. Like, I know you can get way better setup with it. And as you can see, I add some stuff which I need to make a video about it. But to be on a budget and get everything that you normally get on a high setup pressure washer, and the display's pretty good. I think I did a pretty decent job though. So I appreciate everybody who is watching and comment. That video got so much traction that I was like, whoa, a lot of people are looking for exactly the setup, because I have cinder blocks, which a lot of people who install those, they don't have, and so on and so forth. So the latest addition was a new foam cannon, which we're gonna prepare here in a little bit, which is the Griot's foam cannon. Bro, this here is a game changer, I'm telling you. And as you can see, I have, I don't know how much you can see, but I have a wall mount for my foam cannons. This is the MTM foam cannon. I have brake fluid here. So the problem with putting brake fluid, it's not brake fluid, it's brake buster. I forgot the name. Brake buster is very corrosive. So this one here is probably on its way out, because I keep using this brake buster, and I normally don't mix. So this one here is only for my soap, and this here is for brake buster. So I wash the wheels with this one and the car with this one, right? So alright, so I'm gonna prepare this. So I normally, like, this is for the wheels, which I don't use this one. Yeah, these are for the wheels. I think I have everything here that I need. And this, let's get the water going here. And today I'm gonna try this one. Griot's is no foam. I'm trying many different ones. For me, the best one so far is the GSF, but it's also the more expensive one, right? It's also the more it's also the more expensive one, GSF. This is my favorite so far. Smells good, but this I normally save to wash the Corvette, because that goes really good with the wrap. Cleans the wrap pretty good. So I normally go with that one. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna prepare here. As you can see also, the Corvette C4 is here. I'm gonna start work on the C4. Once I'm done here, because this is probably the last time I'm messing up with the Mini, and then I'm gonna jump on the C4. Also, I have a bunch of stuff to do with the C6. I got a wing for it. I know a lot of people hate the wing, but I got a wing for it. I got a new steering wheel. I'm just preparing the foam cannons and stuff. Right, this one, it's good to go. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff for the C6 though. It's crazy. But I really need to get rid of those cars here, because too many cars. I don't need it. Right, we got that. This one goes here when we're done, and this one it's for us to wash. I've got my pressure washer set, which it's also on. I just need to loosen this up, and then we're gonna bring this here. Yeah, so the C6 though, I got a big wing, which I'm gonna try to do by myself. The install on it's gonna be I haven't seen nobody doing what I'm gonna do with the wing, so it's gonna be my winter project. Which this year was pretty weird as far as time goes. And sorry that you guys are not seeing me, but I'll bring you guys up here now. There we go. So let me just get the foam cannon, and then we go from there. But yeah, this year has been super weird though for car content for me. My job is pretty stressful, to be honest. This is one of the things that if I decide to do this wash and talk, because I can kind of vent, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing. And to be honest, this year, dude, I'm driving a lot. Like with my son, I go pick up my son from school, drop him off on the vet. But I haven't done anything crazy like shows. And guess what? The only show that I was supposed to do this year, which is that show that I love it, which is the Smithville Corvette show, I can't. Unless we get rain, because that's my wife's birthday. And so yeah, I can't do that if it's my wife's birthday. But so yeah, this year has been a little quiet as far as going out. So I hope that rains, because then they move up one weekend and then I can go. I'm not gonna go during my wife's I'm not gonna go during my wife's birthday, so it doesn't make any sense. All right, otherwise I will also get divorced. But yeah, I have spent a lot of time with my son, which is, I think, is the priority right now. He just turned 4. He's 4 in 2 months, something like that. So he's doing a lot of sports and a lot of things. He's also getting a lot of sick though, which doesn't help with anything. And as I said, on top of that, my job is pretty stressful. Yesterday I started working what, 8 o'clock, I think. 8 a.m. and I finish midnight. I'm not joking. I finish midnight. Can you believe that? And I took today off. And I'm gonna connect in a little bit because I can't take full days off though. Just crazy. So the long story short, the section of the company that I work for has been sold. So we are going through this painful process of auditors to finish the sale, and I'm pretty involved with it, and that's taking me a lot of my time. Like, I think this has been the most I ever worked in my life, and that's the other thing. That's the other reason why I haven't done anything, because you put on top of that, right? You put like family. My wife comes first, then my son, then my job. Then I have to take care of other stuff, house related. You guys probably know how that goes, right? And then, yeah, it's just like hard to have time to do things. And that also explains why I haven't finished those projects, because it's nearly impossible and it's not my priority, to be honest. Well, there should be, because it's money tied up, right? I have money tied up on this. I have money tied up on this one. I have money tied up on the C4. And those are actually cars that I'm not planning to keep it. This one especially. Although this came out super nice. Nicer than I ever imagined. I didn't know anything about the platform. I got this car so cheap though, so cheap, but needs a lot of work. So I think I'm all in this car like 4,500, something like. Yeah, I think I'm on this car 4,500. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna say, 4,500 is not that much money. Whoa, for me it is. And that's money tied up on this car. But the idea would be get this car ready to go once I got it. I got this car back in May? We're in October. That's crazy. That's crazy. I should not have done that. But hey, it is what it is. As I said, my job is consuming a lot of my time right now, and that's what pays the bills, right? But then gets me thinking, is that what I want to do for a living? Well, I'm not that young anymore though. I'm 40. I just turned 40 2 weeks ago, by the way. So is that what I want to do? But not really. Do I like what I do? I kind of like it. I don't love it, that's the problem. But maybe if I change companies, we'll get better. I'm pretty tired of working for large corporations though, because everything is hard, everything has an excuse for, every single thing that you need to be approved has to go through too many people, and that's what I spend, believe it or not, like 15 years of my life in big corporations. I work twice for small companies between transitions. That was funny because those two companies that I work for was when I was moving from Brazil to here. the experience was good, but because I wasn't planning to be there long term, I don't know, maybe my mind wasn't the right way. But then I went back to big corporations, which was the company that I was working for in Brazil. I worked 6 years in Brazil and 5 years here, like 11 years for the same company. Big corporation. And then now I'm working for another big corporation. So my point it is, I'm not sure, I'm tired of doing this. But at the same time, I'm such a weird position though. I don't know how much you guys can relate to it. Because I'm such in a weird position because my job is what provides. At the same time, I cannot make the move to like work for myself. A lot of people tell me that I should work with cars, but I can't make that move right now. It's too much risk, which sucks to say that, because that means that I know there are risks, but I'm not willing to take it. It's not that I'm not willing to take, like I don't want to put my family through it. So I'm thinking about start looking for another job and so on and so forth. So that's where I am at. That's why you haven't seen too much videos lately. I think the last one, actually you see I did my driveway. Also you gotta keep the house in shape, right? So I redid my entire driveway. At this point you should see the video. I'll probably post the video before this wash and talk. So go ahead and watch. I did everything by myself, you know, fill it up the cracks. It's way better, not perfect, but way better. Yeah, so that's what I've been in life though. And those cars, when I got those cars, my job wasn't that crazy because I didn't know we were being sold. So I got this one. The reason why I got this one, it's because my father-in-law knows a guy, which kind of, I know him too. But I cannot say it's my friend, you know, I know him. This car was sitting for, I don't know, 6 months more. And this guy doesn't even have like a house. He was keeping on his brother-in-law house. And then my father-in-law called me, hey, I see this car, he's not using. I know the guy. He told me the name of the guy. He's like, he's not using. What do you think? Can you do something with it? Fix it, take it for, you know, just play. My father-in-law say like, just play with it. It's too cheap. You cannot pass on it. I was like, all right. Is the car drivable? She said, oh, what he told me it is. But you know, when people tell you a thing, especially about cars, it's like, you can never trust. So I was like, all right. And I sat on this for probably like a month. And then the guy who was, you know, storing the car, he's like, I want this car out of here and so on and so forth. So my father-in-law told me like, hey, if you want the car, you need to go get it. I was like, all right, but how much he wants for it? He's like, I don't know. The car has a check engine light, makes some noise and blah, blah, blah. I was like, hey, if he wants like, I think he wanted like 3 or 4 grand. I was like, I'm not paying 3 or 4 grand. Like, if he wants 2, that's it. I'll pay 2 grand. And I think the guy was so fed up with the car. He's like, take this car out of my hands. 2 grand. Boom. I paid 2 grand for this car. And I was like, you know what? This car is worth, in good shape, between 6 and 7, which I didn't know. For me, I was like, you know, if I put it like, you know, I fixed the check engine light. was like, I'll fix the check engine light and then I sell it. But then I went to pick up the car first. None of the lights worked. I think there was one high beam that was working, and everything else wasn't working. I was like, oh great, this car is gonna be something else. Was drivable, had a check engine light on it, and was drivable. But the brakes were bad. The front suspension was making so much noise when I drove it. I was like, oh boy, this car has way more issues than I thought. Although the paint was great, and I didn't see there was a damage on the bumper and the hood. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, there's a damage on the bumper, so that's body work. How much people charge for body work? Oh, just buy a new bumper. No, a bumper for this thing is $700. I was like, okay, great. So I parked the car. I got here. I was like, you know what? And at that point, I had already bought the C4. So I had the C4. I was doing the interior of the C4 because that thing was disgusting. I was like, I can barely get in it. So I gotta do the interior so at least I can move in and out. But the car was drivable. The C4 was drivable when I started doing it. And then all of a sudden that thing started missing fire. I was like, all right, great. And then my job started getting pretty crazy. At that point, I was already almost done with the interior of the C4. I was like, dude, I need to get that Mini Cooper done so I can sell it and make, first have some space on my driveway, because every time I need to get out with the C6, it's like a pain because I got like this car, my truck, my wife's car, the C4. I was like, I need to get that, so I need to get the car done. So what I did, I was like, you know what? Let me start work on it. So I was like, you know what? I'll do this car right. I'll do this car like if I'm gonna keep it, which at this point, I'm keeping the freaking car. So it has been my daily. But anyway, so I was like, all right, let's start with the brakes. I'll do the brake and the suspension. So I bought only the rotors and the pads and the front struts and springs and everything. So right there, I spent $600, right? So $2 for the car. I'm not even considered sales tax. Here in New Jersey, you have to pay sales tax to register the car. So I was like, all right, $600 just in brakes and front suspension. So I started doing that. All right, the wheels are done. So see, that's my process for washing wheels. You guys know how that goes. Now I'm gonna foam the car. Let me put you guys here so you can see what I do here. Yeah, so and I normally leave this here though. I normally leave the whatever is left, which this is very corrosive though. That's why the foam cannon doesn't like it. That's the brake buster that it's in it, right? You guys know that. Anyway, so yeah, I was $600 on it, and not even counting labor, right? Because labor, it's another animal, right? Labor, it's that's what everybody doesn't want to do it, and that's what everybody spend money on, labor. But I was like, you know what? I'll do it. You guys know me, and I think what people think I'm very knowledgeable and so on and so forth, which at this point might be true. I know 2 or 3 things, but I'm not a mechanic. Anyway, I'm just willing to do. So I put the car in and I start doing the brakes. Remember, $600 in it, right? I'm doing the math with you guys here because after today, I think I'm gonna sell it, right? And then once I started doing the brakes were so bad that the rear brakes, the rear brake, I'm just doing a quick rinse because it's fall. The car is coated though, so you don't need to worry about the car is coated. The rear brakes were so bad that I couldn't put the calipers, the pistons back, so I couldn't fit the new the new pads. So I spent like, I'm not kidding, I spent like 3 days trying. I was like, maybe I'm doing the wrong way. Did my search, joined Facebook group for Mini Coopers to see if I was doing something wrong, blah blah blah. Anyway, long story short, didn't work, so I bought from Ford new calipers. As you can see, the calipers are painting red because I already bought it in red, powder coated, which the set was $400. So another $1,000 on top of it. So I mean $3,000 at this point on this car. So let's see how that goes though. Just a little break here. This is Grill's foam cannon with, there's no foam. I never use it. Hope it works. Let's see. Yeah, good foam. It smells good too. Yeah, it smells pretty good though. And I hope you guys can see the foam, because it makes a lot of foam. I will tell you what though, this car, once I coat it, if you don't have a coated car, you don't know what you're missing, because it's worth every single penny. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, that foam is... We got some foam, boys. We got some foam. There you go. I'm not using 2 buckets because my bucket broke, so I love this foam though. I love the smell. Let's see how it's gonna clean. Yeah, so I was 600, so I bought the calipers and then I put everything back, like, and I was feeling great, but then at the same time, so I'm trying to recap. That has been so long, dude, that I don't remember how bad it is. But yeah, I did the calipers and all the brakes, everything, right? And then I remember I got the car was end of April. I didn't test the AC, so by the time I start work on it, was already hot. So I tried the AC because I want to test the brakes. When I took the car out without the bumper, the AC didn't work. I was like, all right, maybe it needs a charge. So I spent money with charging product, You know those from Walmart that you get, you know what I'm saying? I tried those, didn't work. I checked all the fuses and everything, so nothing worked. Long story short, I had to buy a compressor. So this thing needs a new AC compressor, which I did it. I bought it, installed it myself. Nightmare, because there was an electrical issue that I had to chase and figure out. Okay, I figured that out. So compressor, which the other thing is, I did the charge by myself. So I bought the tools because I was like, you know what? It's not gonna be the first time I need to charge AC. I'm not taking it to somebody. They normally charge you 150 to 100 bucks. I gotta learn this, and I'm gonna buy the tools. The tools were around, I think with the tools, the Freon and everything, I spent like 150. So I charged the thing works. So meanwhile, when I was trying to figure out this problem with the AC, because I'm telling you here, but took weeks, literally weeks. I was doing body work while I was waiting, because this bumper here that I'm washing right now, yeah, this bumper here that I'm washing right now had a big mess damage. So I did the work myself. I was like, I'll try to blend it in. I fixed it, which was pretty cool though. I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot of work, but I was so happy that I did it, because now I learned how to fix a freaking bumper. So I did, and then I decided, you know what? I'm gonna paint the entire bumper because it's safer. I don't want to blend paint. So I went to buy the paint, the paint match, right? So I went to my local paint store, which I buy everything, but I forgot one thing. This thing is BMW, right? Everything for BMW is expensive, including the paint. So the paint, just like a small can of paint to paint the bumper, I pay 200 bucks paint and clear. I was like, all right. But then at that point was peak of the summer, super hot. I was like, I pay all this money on this paint. I don't want to mess it up. I even bought like a booth, like a mobile booth. It's here. I'm gonna use it at some point to paint something else. So I ended up giving that to somebody else to paint it, which I gave the paint, I gave the bumper primed, I gave everything, but I still spent 350 bucks. So we are almost, what, $4,000? I was like, at this point, this car doesn't make sense to sell. That's it. I was like, you know what, I'll do for me. So the car was done, painted, put the bumper back on, put everything back on. Great. I was feeling great. I was like, I hate those wheels. It had the 16-inch wheels on it. I was like, all right, I'll find other wheels. I found those with brand new tires. These tires that we're seeing here are brand new. It's like a 2021, but they are brand new. Pick it up in PA, the wheels bended. It was all messed up. Had to fix the wheels, 500 bucks. 45 right there, we are in 45. Then I had to buy TPMS. Another, I think the TPMS was cheap. I think the TPMS was like, I don't know, 100 bucks for 4, 25 bucks each one. Put the new TPMS on, everything looks great. So we are like 4,500 bucks, right? If my math is not wrong. And then I was like, you know, screw that. I'm gonna keep this car for me. I'm not gonna do. So I was like, I'll clean the interior, buff new mats. I was like, I'll do a paint correction and ceramic coat. I did that too. The car is coated. The car is corrected. The car has everything, dude. I'm telling you, I did the car for me. But so far, say I'm like $4,900 on this car, and I'm not counting insurance. So, and that doesn't include my labor, right? So let me just finish here, rinse it off, because I don't know how good the out it is. I'm using GI water here though. My filters are on. So I think now you guys can hear me. Yeah, I'd say, and I'm not throwing in there like small things like the black badge, the black trims, right? So just with that, like I spent another, I don't know, 200, 300 bucks. So I'm probably all in this car for a little over $5,000. Right? And I'm telling you, the car, it's all LED lights. Yeah, so let's say, yeah, a little over $5,000, I would say. And remember, guys, this is not like a cost breakdown, exactly how much I spend, blah, blah, blah. This is just me sharing my experience of trying to flip the car, right? I also did the oil change. I also did the oil change on this car. Now I'm at the point that it's okay. Is this entire thing worth? Because this car, as I said, is worth between 55 and 7. Some people ask 88, 81, 82. I don't think I can get that out of the car, to be honest. Even though the car is perfect, it's mint, everything works. I don't think I can get that much. Now I'm at that point, okay, I don't need, oh, great. Almost for you guys. That was the hose. So I don't need the car. Do I need it? I commute with the car now. Now it's my daily driver. I drive I go to the office twice a week, and I take the Mini because it's just better in gas. I go to the city, so it's better to drive there. I mean, it's a small car than my truck, and then I keep miles out of my truck. So I'm all in this car. Let's call $5,000, although you guys know it's more than that by the math I just did it. Brand new oil change. I even put Apple CarPlay and so on and so forth. Now I don't need that car. I'm selling the car. So if I can get $7,000 for it, and then I make what? Let's say $1,500. What do you guys think? Is that a decent number? So whoever gets that car, let me just talk this in front of the car, right? So whoever gets this car, right, gets pretty much a brand new car. I did everything: brand new suspension, new brakes, new bumper, new headlights, new trims. Car is coated. Car is everything, right? 17 inches wheel with the TPMS, brand new tires. What else can you ask? Everything works. Heated seats, the panoramic sunroof. I think $7,000. It's a good price, and then I can make a couple bucks because my time though, how much time I put on this, right? So I barely break even, to be honest. So let me drive, and then I'll catch you guys back here. I'm not gonna show you guys how to drive because it's so noisy and everything. So all right, I'll catch you guys. All right, so I just used the blower. Now I'm gonna use dry egg to do a protection. I normally, this car, the easiest part of this car is so small, so you can do like a big chunk of it at the same time, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's where I am with this car though. If anybody is interested to buy, as it is, I don't give warranties. I'm telling you, I did the car for myself. The car is pretty nice. It's a manual car, which if you want to drive a manual car or learn how to drive, this is the best car for you. Yeah, I'm keeping the car for now, but I'm keeping the car. I'm keeping the car if it doesn't sell. I'm not gonna sell this car for $3,000, $4,000. As I said, Kelley Blue Book is showing between $6,000 and $8,000. I think this car, this baby's, if I push a little bit, I think would be worth the $8,000 because 2013 with 113,000 miles manual. Yeah, I think the car could be that potential, but I'm not looking forward to make that much money because I have other stuff to do. So if somebody shows up with $7,000, title in hand, you can see everything I did in the car on YouTube, right? You can see everything there. I share here, so there's nothing to hide, but I don't give warranty though. Yeah, so that's the story of the Mini Cooper, and that's the second car I'm flipping. The first one was the C5, and one thing that I learned is you make money when you buy the car. And you're gonna say, oh Matty, you make money because you do all the work. That too, but for example, this one here, if I didn't buy this one for a good price, I would be on the hole, right? So you gotta be willing to buy something that's not good, that doesn't make sense, somebody doesn't want it, and then you can take to the next level and do some work. And even if you mess up, like I did mess up a couple times on this car, you still have room to do it. The only mistake I made, I think so far, is the time. It took me too long. Too long. You cannot flip a car keeping the car this long. It's not sustainable. You know what I'm saying? I think that's something that I need to work on. But at the same time, I don't have the time to rush on the process. So I wish I had more time, then this car would be out of here before. So if by the time this video goes live the car has not been sold yet, I'm gonna leave the link below so you can check it out. If you're looking for a Mini Cooper, as I said, send me an email and then we talk about it. But you already know the price, right? You already know what you're getting, right? Everything, as I said, everything works. Car is as good as can be. New oil change and everything. Then once this sells, here's the plan. you guys know I'm selling my truck too, right? And the reason why I'm selling my truck, it's because I want to pay off my roof. You guys know I did the roof of my house. I spent a lot of money on it. And then you're gonna say, oh, you don't wanna, you took a loan? Yeah, I took a loan because I didn't have the entire cash for it at that moment, because I bought freaking cars that I don't need it. So now I'm selling the cars so I can pay off that loan. But at the same time, I want to do something different. I love my truck, my dream truck for sure. But I think now, since I don't like, as you guys know, right? I'm not gonna get into it. You guys know I don't like to carry debt in my life. So if I sell the truck, I can pay it off the entire loan that I have, which is 0 interest. Which you guys are gonna think I'm crazy. You can pay that thing to no interest, but I don't want that liability in my life. So if I can sell my truck, I can pay that off, and I can buy something else that keeping me busy. Because the thing with the truck, though, it's done. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to even lift this truck. You know what I'm saying? My funny story, my son wants me to lift the truck and put big wheels. He's like, Daddy, when are we gonna do the same with the same wheels we had on the Colorado? So I really want to do that, but at the same time I don't want it because the car drives so good, though, so good. And then I'm gonna buy a Trailblazer SS. Has a LS on it. Am I recording this? Yeah, has a LS on it. So many parts available. I can do so many things. So I think it's gonna be a good experience. It's hard to find a clean one with no rust, but I'm willing to take the challenge to find one. And I think I can make more content on it, right? I think I can make more content than actually my truck. But again, I'm not in a rush. I'm asking 36.5 for my truck. I think it's pretty fair for what it is. I'm a little flex on that one. Not that much though, but a little. So if you want a truck too, hit me up, and then we're gonna make a deal, right? But that's the goal. The truck is also tied on hand and everything. So that's the idea. So if I sell this, I sell the truck, then I bring a Trailblazer SS. I keep my wife's car, right? And then the C6 is not going anywhere. And then the next step is the C4. I need to get the C4 running, and I'll probably do the same thing. I'll sell it. I don't know. I like Corvettes, but the C4 it's crazy, dude. Car is so hard to work on it. It's too old. Like, for example, my car is misfiring now. You cannot keep. I cannot put like OBD because this is OBD1, it's not OBD2, so it doesn't tell you anything. So if I can fix that and sell that too, I would probably, to be honest, I wanna two things. Well, we all wanna so many things, right? I'm not different, so I wanna something different than a Corvette, but at the same time, I really wanna build a C5, a white C5. I wanna do a white body. If I had the space for, I would definitely do it, keep it, but I don't have a garage, so I gotta get rid of the C4 before I do that. And then, yeah, that's what I want. I want a C5, but I also want to get something different that's not Corvette. I love Corvettes though, and then, you know, you go back to YouTube. I don't do YouTube for the views, because if you do YouTube for the views, you screw. You're not gonna last that long, right? I have been doing this for 6 years, 7 years actually. Yeah, 7 years, gonna be 7 years. So I definitely don't do it for the views, because if it was for the views, I would be done by now. I do because I like the process of making a video. I like, you know, showing I watch my videos to see what can I do better. So I like the editing, I like the connections, I like everything. So if you do for the views, you screw. I think the name of the game in YouTube is patient. So if you want to be patient, I don't know what is being successful on YouTube, to be honest. What it is. I am in that point. I have 11,000 subscribers. I don't know. A lot of people say it's that much, but a lot of people say it's not that much. I don't care, to be honest. I'm not here for the views. I don't live by this. Of course, I make some money on it. I get some sponsors, which helps with the cars, but not even close of my 9 to 5. Not even close. Like, not even close. Like, YouTube doesn't pay anything. You know what I'm saying? I said that many times, right? But yeah, that's the plan. That's what's going on. Now the car is clean and for sale. I'm gonna post tonight. So by the time you see this video, it's probably gonna be on YouTube, on Facebook Marketplace for a couple days already. And let me know if you want one of my cars. The C4 is not for sale yet, but it will be at some point, I think. Unless I start driving and I like that much, but it has so much work to do it. I gotta do exhaust, I gotta do so many things, which I will get to it. But if you are interested in my truck, on my Mini Cooper, hit me up. My email is on the first comment, the pinned comment on the comment section, and we're gonna talk, right? Remember, I'm in Jersey, as is. I wanna make a disclaimer, as is. I don't want anybody making a video like, hi guys, can't buy Maddie. So, as is. I don't know if maybe if you drive down my driveway and the car blows up, it's not on me, it's on you. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's upload. This is a washing talk. I really need to vent a little bit, talk with you guys so you guys see what's going on, everything that has been happening in my life. That's why I haven't posted that much. So I hope you guys enjoy. I really like talking to the camera, sharing my life with you guys. You guys see the reality. You guys see I'm very transparent. What you see, it's what you get. I don't think I'm gonna do any shows. So again, I go back to that Smithville show. I hope it rains. First time I'm praying for rain, because if it doesn't rain, if it rains, then I'm gonna be able to make it, and then I'll let you guys know. Maybe you can stop by Smithville. Probably the nicest Corvette show I ever done. So that's why I'm very sad that I cannot go. At the same time, I'm very happy that it's my wife's birthday. We're gonna have family over. So it's a very sweet spot to be. You're happy and sad at the same time. But if God can send me some rain, I'll take it. All right. I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks so much for the Wash Talk. Leave your comment below. It's a long format, so if you're here till this point, you're the real MVP, and we're gonna see. I'm gonna see you soon. Right? Enjoy life. Work hard for it.